Hey sippers, welcome back to another juicy gossip video. So Gucci Mane and his wife Keisha Cure, they turned up at the Breakfast Club doing an interview because Gucci Mane has this book album out, right? And she was basically talking as if she was Gucci Mane. So she was basically, bluntly telling the whole world in social media in that interview that Gucci Mane suffered from schizophrenic and bipolar episodes. Okay. And while I was listening and watching, right, she was doing most of the talking. Like, girl, I'm not going to say she's not an important person, but who's the superstar there? Gucci Mane. And he was barely speaking. Now, I found it as a coincidence, maybe, but how come people on the internet has been calling out Nicki Minaj or Cardib, implying that Nicki is schizophrenic and bipolar, and then boom, Keisha Cure and Gucci Mane is now in an interview talking about bipolar and schizophrenic episodes? Like, I know the math ain't mathing. Like, I think everything is orchestrated. I think, as what Nicki is saying, Jayz is controlling these folks. And at this point, I think I gotta believe. Cause when Keisha Cure gave birth to her second baby, she got gifts from Beyonce. So they seem pretty close. Now, this is what Nicki said, okay? Nicki said, Gucci wife has been trying to be me for years, been dying for the spotlight for years. She's there to keep Gucci sedated. Oh my God, sedated. He looked like he could not even talk, and she was allowed to do all the talking, to be honest with you. She continues by saying, Gucci hates Deborah at me. They don't want Deb around me. She's around me now, which is Aunt Deb, we know, who was basically managing Nicki's Pink Friday 2 tour. Charlemagne, the fraud, Jayz friend and business associate, using iHeartRadio for these disgusting ploys against innocent families. He was around Wendy before her life went to hell. The buck stops here, baby. Bookmark this tweet. Y'all really do not understand who I really am. Bring it. Let's play. Y'all wanted attention. Let's do it. LAPD, where's the evidence of my home being swatted with a toddler inside 4 times? Guns drawn. Republic record. Stand up for me. Any effing day now. You'll regret it. Now, to be honest, this is very bad. So there were fraudulent calls being made about Nicki allegedly abusing her child, which none of those accusations is truthful. And LAPD went and swat her home 4 times is what she said, with a toddler in it. Now that's gruesome, and that is very annoying and disgusting, to be honest with you, because that little boy, a kid can be traumatized for life because of that. And Nicki's saying, you know what? The calls that were made were not true. And y'all did that to me, right? I need justice for this, which I do not blame her. That's her house with a child in it. It's not her fault people are being mischievous, making fake prank calls, and her home is being swatted 4 times. That is crazy. That is so crazy. And Cardib gets to call people bipolar and schizophrenic. Like, that doesn't make sense, right? And on top of that, Nicki went on tour and she was arrested because of, carrying drugs. Nicki had to correct the officers and say they're pre-rolled weeds. So they want to slap this narrative, and this is what they're working with, to be honest with you. They're working with, boom, number 1, drugs, coke. Number 2, that drugs and coke wasn't working, so they now tied it into schizophrenia and bipolar. So it's not a coincidence. Cardib recently called out Nicki being schizophrenic and bipolar. Boom, there's an interview now with Gucci Mane and Keisha Cure, with she talking about Gucci being having bipolar and schizophrenic episode, and she helped him and da-da-da-da-da. So they're all trying to come for this lady, to be honest. They want to Britney Spears Nicki Minaj at this point. They want to Britney Spears Nicki. Okay, they want Nicki held in a box. Nicki's too powerful. And I feel like the music industry, they don't want nobody too powerful. Michael Jackson was too powerful. Okay? Them type of people, they were too powerful. And yes, Jay-Z is all about Rock Nation, but that lady that Nicki always has been, talking about, Desiree, whatever she wants to be called, if that's her name, Desiree, she's like the brain and operations behind Rock Nation. See, I don't want to say Jay-Z's not educated, but I don't think he's really educated to run an organization or a company. Desiree is the brain behind it, in my opinion. People have been quoting out Jay-Z now for being evil because Nicki has been exposing a lot of things that, that is coming to light. And it's crazy. And Nicki's like, they ain't gonna do nothing to me because I'm making this very vocal. And Nicki's like, bookmark these tweets when I post them because she knows. I want that elevator audio to come out when Solange was attacking Jay-Z. Yeah. Wendy Williams has been waiting on it. Look what happened to Wendy. Okay, they want a Wendy Williams Nicki and they want a Britney Spears Nicki, but it's not happening. Nicki is not bipolar. She's not schizophrenic. The lady just came off a successful world tour. Listen, the narrative needs to be stopped. The lady's not crazy. And I love that she's exposing people. Like, the best thing you could do in life is to stand your truth and stand 10 toes down. Even when the outside people think you're crazy, you know what you're talking about and you know what you mean. But this stuff that's happening to Nicki right now is very sad. The mere fact that it seems like nobody's in her corner but Tasha K says it all. People be fake. You could easily buy someone in this industry right now for $50,000 or $12,000. People are going to do dirty work because of a check. It's crazy. Ra Ali, I could never believe Ra Ali would be a backstabber to Nicki Minaj. I cannot believe it. Yeah. This is not believable. Prayers up for Nicki Minaj and her family. This needs to be talked about. I want Nicki to go on that Candace Owens interview and just talk. I think Candace Owens would have been the best candidate to interview Nicki right now, to be very honest with you. But let me know what y'all think down below in that comment section. Leave a like, share if you care, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.